All right, welcome back to game number 2 in this best of 3. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map in this last qualifier match today. He's up 1-0 at the moment. It's the Red Zerg player from Imaginary Gaming, TargA.
In the middle left, as the Blue Terran, it's Millennium's MarineLord.
Okay, so MarineLord last game. I don't know, man. Where do you think that really started to fall apart for him?
When he dedicated so much to killing that third and didn't get it.
God, it was so close too, right? It was so gross how close that was.
Yeah, there was a lot of close encounters. Also, yeah, okay, so an earlier pool, 13-13, I think it was.
Yeah.
Also, he got a bunch of Thors when it was actually roaches. That was, you know, no siege tanks, no good. But this game, he's gonna have to prepare against a earlier pool. Now, getting a 15 pool, like a pool first, normal pool first, would have been good too. MarineLord chose this map. MarineLord likes Reapers. MarineLord's probably going to go for 3 Reapers. Getting this fast of a gas is really going to shut that down. Really.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty smart pick out of TargA. Again, reacting kind of to the map. And this is what really, in my mind, sets TargA apart from a lot of other players. You're not playing the player, you're not playing the situation, you're playing the map first and foremost. And not a lot of people do that. So, yeah, this would be great for the defense. It'll be super good for getting speed out early, but I think the best part is, of course, yeah, it gets the queen out really fast. So these Reapers, they really shouldn't do too much.
Now, he can't necessarily go across the map with these lings yet. You know, they're going to have to stay in the main until, like, speed's only, like, 20 seconds out. Otherwise, they're going to die to the Reapers, and it won't be, it'll be for, you know, useless.
All for naught, yeah.
But MarineLord, you know, on the other hand, he's going to be able to scout this, and it's like, oh, okay, the Lings are going to deny the Reapers from ever doing any damage, but if he scouts this, he could not get the 3rd Reaper, he could just get the command center on the high ground, and it wouldn't be that bad. I don't know if he, I mean, he sees that it was a pool first, the queen being out that fast, but I don't know if he knows about those Lings.
I didn't see them slip out, and, well, speed's pretty quick to finishing. This is much earlier than that 6-minute speed we're all used to seeing, but that risky move you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a little risky. He's gonna lose a couple of Lings here, but more like MarineLord had kind of like, oh, I wonder if he's sending Lings across the map. Yes, he is. So he just puts everything on the high ground. Now, this doesn't do direct damage. I mean, you have to lift the command center, and that kind of sucks, but not a big deal. But it does give TargA a lot of control in this matchup.
TargA probably could have fought around that ramp, tried to use high ground vision a little bit against these Reapers, maybe, but speed does kick in against one of the Reapers, splits off his forces to make sure you can get those that surround if possible, but yeah, this Reaper's gonna get back home.
Yeah, not a big deal. Fortunately, he kind of spawned on the wrong side of the map, I guess you could call it, and Reactor's on the non-defensive side. Which I don't think
It takes a Terran player to appreciate the saltiness in that statement, by the way.
I don't think there is a... No, maybe top right, actually. That's where it would be. Preferable, anyways. Reaper... Oh, poor Reaper. You tried too hard.
The Marines are finally out, though. But I think for TargA's sake, I mean, if he's not going to go for a bust, he's going to deny the natural for a long time. Even if Hellions come out, the problem is he's got to wait till he's got like 3 or 4. If he goes out with like 1 or 2 with those Marines, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah, exactly. And he's waiting it up there.
What if he dives under before the factory lands? Oh.
He might. Like that. It's certainly a...
Yeah, all he went for, just like 1 fraction of a second too late.
Yeah. So, like I said, this gives TargA a lot of control in this map. So MarineLord doesn't know what he's doing behind this. These Reapers obviously couldn't get any scouting and they died. And it is possible you're going for like a 2-base Baneling bust. It's also possible TargA was for much faster 3rd. But MarineLord was probably going to go for Banshees anyways, or, you know, Starport, at least, Viking, Medevac, Banshee, all 3, I don't know. But he was going to do that anyways, and that's what you want to do against a build like this too. Want to have something that won't just die to a bunch of Lings on the ground, and Banshees do that.
Well, natural base finally goes down here for MarineLord. It's not like TargA leaped ahead to a 3rd behind this or anything. I mean, this is the problem. You look at what he was doing on the other side of the map, and it looks like, man, he's doing a lot. These Lings got control, but...
It's gonna go... Yeah, I like that choice. Fast lair here, I really like that choice. So, I mean, chances are MarineLord again is gonna go for the starport in some way. He's just been doing that in his TVZs now, like this today. But also, you force him in a position where like Banshees are gonna be kind of your comfort fallback. Like, oh, I don't know what he's doing. My Hellions can't get out. I'm gonna go for Banshees. 2-base lair, 2-base spire. Just gonna shut it down.
Yeah, this is, well, it's gonna be. We've seen a lot of good Mutalisk usage today. I'm trying to go way to phrase this best, but it doesn't necessitate. Man, I can't even speak anymore. I'm done. It doesn't mean he's gonna get like an auto win off of this build order, but the Roach Warren's down to the Baneley Nest as well. He very well may just turn this into an all-in.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous. I don't really like that. It's got to be like a speed Roach banning all in though, right? What's the lure for?
Exactly.
But if he does that, I really don't like that. The Banshee's going to be able to scout this, first of all. It's going to be able to like park somewhere just right outside his base, kill off a couple of Banelings if he does decide to commit. And MarineLord's actually not going for mech, so that makes it honestly a little bit better. But that was a hard choice to make, a hard, guess, honestly, from TargA to just be like, oh, I think MarineLord's not going to get tanks or a lot of freaking Hellions. I think he's going to go for a bio. Nidus! Nidus!
Okay, so this is kind of cool at TargA. Again, this really means you can't get scouted, but what's in position to really put a Nidus down, right? Like, the Overlord down here in the bottom left is far too far away. The ones on the north, non-existent.
You got a Viking. You got a Viking, remember? So, I mean, that Overlord on the bottom left shouldn't even be alive. It's still going to be very powerful. I mean, he can actually morph some Banelings outside there. The Roaches themselves are going to be really plentiful, and there's not going to be a Siege Tank. The Banshees may not be in position if he makes it out the front.
I don't think a forward reinforce point is going to cut it, but that's what the Nidus is going to start off as.
Gonna hear the yell, and he's gonna throw down a bunch of bunkers. Almost, he's gonna look at his main first, then be like, okay, bunkers at the front. But only one bunker, only this many Marines. The Banshee is in the main. No, that's like the Viking. Where is the Banshee? Did he make a Banshee? Oh, there it is. It's coming back home now.
But see, I feel like if you had high ground vision, this would be way different. You could snipe off that depot for free, then move in afterwards. Helly's going from behind, but I mean, this.
You got a Baneling nest, but no Banelings.
Yeah. This wasn't a regular attack.
There we go. They're popping out now. And of course, the Overseer and the Queens make sure that Banshee doesn't do a whole lot, but he missed out on that first really good bust. So now MarineLord obviously knows it's here, but no bunkers have been thrown down. He's not enough money. One tank might still not be enough, although it is out.
Well, dealing with the Banelings is going to be a chore, to say the least. Even with the SUVs preparing here. Allows the Marines to soak the hits for the bunker. I've never seen anyone do that before. It was accidental on purpose. Either way, kind of a cool tactic to see. The Marines are going to be able to deal with this. The Banshee as well. I think MarineLord is going to hold. Queens will do what they can, but that tank on the high ground just shelling away for free.
Yeah. Bit of an awkward time, more Marines than I thought he would have. Had enough time to get a tank out. Maybe he has to go to the high ground still.
No, the Queens can soak the hits of the tank pretty well. Jeez.
Yeah, they could. They're fast if they can take it down, but
it's like trying to outrange that Photon Overcharge. She's gonna get behind the mineral lines to get up and around.
yeah. But MarineLord, he's gonna have medevacs out. He's gonna have upgrades. Like Sim did finish. Yeah, Sim's been finished. Queens are gonna use their transfuse, and that's really what made them so a little scary, anyways.
Potent, I think is a way to phrase that.
A tiny bit potent. It wasn't even that potent.
But the Roach is still flooding in. We got more Queens coming up this ramp. This tank is in just the sickest spot, but SCV's been pulled into this. Now they're starting to go down, but the Marines will clean up the Roaches. Good focus fire on this too, MarineLord, but at the cost of so many workers. The orbital command center almost went down. He is repairing it, so it's not even going to burn to death, but 15 SCVs down, puts Stark in a pretty okay spot, considering his work count is only 41 himself.
Yeah, MarineLord's looking really good. He does have 3 CC. Gonna lift it over now. Yeah, he's lifting it over to the top third, it looks like. Double drops loaded up as well. That's one thing TargA doesn't have, is any anti-air. All of his Queens died. That was the little anti-air that he had, so he's got to rebuild that.
Yeah, there wasn't even a couple Queens either. 5 of them on those front lines. Of course, I guess with a couple at home, maybe could eventually chip away at medevac, but these Roaches moving out, he really needed these at home. Oh boy.
They're gonna attack into 2 tanks now. 3 tanks even. 3 tanks.
Well, the drop comes down. Marines don't quite have combat shields, but the Queens are going to focus on those medevacs immediately, guaranteeing that they stay at home. But I mean, MarineLord's just gonna chase these down. He's gonna corral them in. He's actually gonna run into the Nidus, but
Kill the Nidus. Oh, actually, another.
it won't kill the queen inside the Nidus because it can still exit out the other one. But yeah, it's pretty much useless if it goes down. The roaches come home to defend. It looks like they will do just that. TargA manages to pull the drones away too, so he doesn't lose too much for this. But oh, this ledge is gonna be a real pain.
TargA might look like he's an okay supply. He's not so much. Roaches, guys. Roaches just inflated so hard, and they do die off against even just Marines. Hopefully, we'll start adding some Marauders as well.
This combat shield's kicking in. A little bit of extra health, but not enough and not much.
I feel like this should be so much more hype because there was a Nidus Worm, but it was like such an oddly timed one.
And an oddly placed one. I'm not a fan of the way that went down.
Yeah. I agree. So it is kind of, I don't want to call it a slow death yet because maybe TargA can do something with roaches. I mean, if you can get enough roaches and get on top of the tanks and Marines, they kind of swamp, you know, like Zergunians do. But if you don't, if you let them siege up, if you let them control their units and, you know, micro back, then they're absolutely, like, useless. Really terrible.
Well, 2-2 finishing up here in a moment's time. I mean, the longer this goes on, the better it feels for MarineLord. TargA's got some upgrades coming, sure, but it's just roaches versus, well, quite frankly, any amount of stim bio plus tanks, right?
Yeah, not even an infestor, not more banelings. I feel like getting up to hydras would have been too hard, but maybe going for those speed banelings. I mean, roach speed baneling on 3 base is actually not a uncommon composition for Catalina especially, but decided to go for the Nidus Worm. It's a little bit bold. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it is scouted. Most of these are pulled.
Legacy of the Void, man.
One day, soon.
Credit does go to MarineLord for that quick reaction time, but TargA's going to slam right into these tanks and actually will take them out pretty quickly. Problem is, though, again, even though the tanks are down, it's a lot of stimmed bio versus just roaches.
Yeah. And remember, he's not exactly on a better economy there.
Alright, well guys, saying my mic audio